Have you ever felt a strange connection to something greater than yourself, as if a part of your being were trying to communicate with you from another dimension? In this video, we'll explore the mysterious signs that could indicate a parallel version of yourself is trying to send you a message. From unexplainable coincidences to profound feelings of déjà vu, discover how to interpret these clues and connect with that other facet of your existence. Are you ready to open your mind to new possibilities? Let's dive in. This fascinating notion suggests that we are not isolated in our individual realities, but rather part of a broader, interconnected network of possibilities. While the idea of parallel realities may sound like the plot of a science fiction movie, quantum physics has revealed that the reality we perceive is just one of many. According to quantum theory, multiple realities can coexist simultaneously, and every choice you make, every thought that crosses your mind could align you with one of these countless realities. In each of these realities, there is a version of you, some living extraordinary lives filled with success and happiness, while others face challenges you can only imagine. Despite the differences in these lives, all of these versions of you share something fundamental, a deep, invisible connection to the core essence of who you are. But what if you could consciously tune into these alternative versions of yourself, rather than passively waiting for signals or ideas? What if you could intentionally connect with the experiences and wisdom these parallel selves possess? Imagine the guidance and knowledge you could receive from a version of you that has already achieved the goals you're striving for, or overcome the challenges you're facing right now. Consciously connecting with these versions could be like accessing a personal archive of knowledge, full of perspectives that could illuminate your path forward. When you consider the possibility of consciously connecting with these alternative selves, the potential for personal growth becomes immense. What would these versions of you tell you if they had the chance? Would they offer advice, warn you about certain choices, or encourage you to take bold steps? Understanding the existence of these parallel realities is not just an intellectual exercise or a matter of curiosity, but rather a transformative process. As you connect with this network of selves, you begin to explore new dimensions of your identity and uncover parts of yourself that have remained hidden or dormant. As you deepen your connection with your parallel selves, new ways of perceiving your life, your decisions, and your potential will unfold. Simply considering these alternative realities expands your perspective, allowing you to see yourself and your circumstances in a more expansive light. Connecting with these other versions of you can be a powerful tool for personal development. It's like tapping into the accumulated wisdom of a you who has already overcome the challenges you're facing today, or perhaps learning from a version of you that lives in complete harmony with the universe, expressing a higher version of your potential. In doing so, you create new paths to growth, understanding, and fulfillment. Each of these versions has something to offer, a perspective, a lesson, or even a direction. As you begin to align energetically with these versions, you not only transform your own reality, but you also awaken to a field of infinite possibilities. Today, you will discover the signals your parallel self may be sending you and how to communicate with it. Today, we embark on a deep and transformative journey where knowledge about parallel realities could be the key to unlocking a more conscious and abundant life, aligned with your true purpose. Parallel realities are a fascinating concept that, from a spiritual perspective, suggests that the universe is composed of infinite coexisting dimensions. Each of these dimensions houses different versions of ourselves, living lives that reflect the infinite possibilities our choices, thoughts, and energies can manifest. Spiritually, it is believed that these multiple realities are created through universal consciousness, where every thought and intention generates a new branch in the universe, forming a new reality in which one version of us experiences a different story. In some of these realities, we might be living the life we desire, while in others we face challenges we have yet to encounter, all shaped by the vibrations and choices we emit at different points in our existence. On the other hand, quantum physics offers a complementary view, suggesting that the universe operates within a field of infinite possibilities. The concept of quantum superposition indicates that subatomic particles, and by extension reality itself, can exist in multiple states simultaneously. This implies that, at a fundamental level, all possible realities already exist at the same time, and our consciousness, through its decisions and energies, collapses these possibilities into a single experienced reality. Thus, we can say that the existence of multiple versions of ourselves in different realities is not just an esoteric theory, but an idea that resonates in both the spiritual and scientific realms. Each version of us represents a fragment of the infinite potential that resides within us. These parallel versions of us exist in alternative realities, each developing different scenarios based on choices, circumstances, or even vibrational states. Some of these versions may be living the life we dream of, while others might be facing trials we have not yet encountered. Despite the vast differences in these lives, what unites them is a shared consciousness, the core essence of who we are. This consciousness encompasses all versions of us, connecting them like threads in a vast web. Although these realities may seem separate, they are intertwined through this consciousness, suggesting that the boundaries between these realities are more fluid than we might think. Interestingly, the separation between these different versions of ourselves is not as rigid as it appears. What separates them is not a physical barrier, but a vibrational frequency. Imagine these realities as different radio stations, each broadcasting on its own frequency. By tuning into a specific frequency, whether through thoughts, emotions, or actions, we can connect with the reality that resonates with that frequency. The idea that these parallel selves are not isolated, but interconnected with us, implies that communication between them is possible. They are not just abstract concepts, but active participants in a greater multidimensional existence of which we are a part. This opens up a fascinating possibility. These alternate versions of ourselves may be trying to communicate with us, sending us messages and signals to guide us on our path. The connection between these realities allows for the exchange of information, ideas, and experiences. We may not always be aware of these messages, as they often manifest in subtle forms, such as intuition, dreams, or synchronicities. However, by tuning in more to the signals around us, we can begin to recognize these signs as messages from other versions of ourselves, offering us guidance on our path. This communication could help us make decisions, avoid obstacles, or guide us toward opportunities that we might otherwise overlook. But how do we recognize these signals? It's one thing to know that these parallel versions of ourselves exist, but it's another to understand when and how they are trying to communicate with us. Since the messages from these parallel selves are often subtle, we need to cultivate a heightened sense of awareness to perceive them. This requires a shift in perspective, a willingness to accept the idea that not everything we experience is limited to our current linear reality. Being open to the possibility that we are receiving guidance from other versions of ourselves is the first step in recognizing these signs. Once we are open to this idea, we can begin to observe the world around us with greater attention, paying attention to patterns, emotions, and experiences that seem unusual. These signals could manifest in the form of repeated symbols, numbers, or synchronicities, coincidences that seem too perfect to be random. For example, you might suddenly encounter the same symbol or number in several places, prompting you to wonder if there is a deeper meaning behind it. These moments are not coincidences, but rather messages meant to capture your attention. Approach these signals with curiosity and confidence, rather than dismissing them as irrelevant. In addition to external signals, we may also receive internal guidance, such as gut feelings or moments of intuition. These intuitive impulses can be messages from parallel versions of ourselves, offering ideas that are not immediately explainable through logic. For instance, you may have a strong sense of following a particular path, even if it doesn't make sense at the moment. This could be your parallel self guiding you toward a choice that has already been made in another reality, where the outcome was favorable. By tuning into these intuitive signals, we can align more closely with the wisdom and experiences of our parallel selves. Have you ever had the feeling that something in a particular moment feels strangely familiar, as if you have already lived that experience before? This feeling, known as Deja Vu, is one of the most common and intriguing signs of a possible connection to a parallel version of yourself. Many people experience Deja Vu as a fleeting moment of familiarity, a strange sensation that they have been in exactly the same situation before, even though they know they haven't. While this feeling is often dismissed as a simple trick of the mind, it could actually be much deeper. In many cases, déjà vu is an indication that you are momentarily tuned into a parallel version of yourself. It's as if, for a brief moment, the vibrational frequencies of two realities align, allowing you to glimpse the experiences of another version of you. During this overlap, you might feel that you are reliving a moment that another version of you has already experienced. This creates a sense of familiarity. Even though you know the situation is new in your current reality, these moments offer a fascinating glimpse into the interconnectedness of parallel realities and how we might occasionally cross the boundaries that separate them. When you experience déjà vu, it's important to pause and reflect on what might be happening. Instead of dismissing it as a strange, meaningless occurrence, consider the possibility that it could be a signal from a parallel version of yourself. What might this version of you be trying to communicate to you? Could this déjà vu be a nudge to pay closer attention to your current path? Or perhaps a sign that you're heading in the right direction? By approaching these moments with mindfulness and curiosity, you open yourself up to the possibility that your parallel selves are offering you guidance and ideas, helping you navigate your present reality in alignment with a broader, multidimensional existence. Beyond this feeling, synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem too well aligned to be purely accidental, can be clear signs that a parallel version of you is trying to communicate with you. When you repeatedly encounter certain numbers, symbols, or events, it may indicate that something bigger is at play. These synchronicities serve as a reminder that parallel realities are connected in ways we often don't consciously perceive. It's as if the version of you in another reality is guiding your steps, using these coincidences as a means of communication. For example, imagine you are thinking about changing careers, and suddenly you start noticing the same symbol, perhaps a logo or a specific word, appearing in various places: ads, social media, and even casual conversations. This repetition could be a way that a version of you in a reality where this change has already occurred is trying to point you in a direction. It's a call to pay attention to the signs around you and consider what they might be trying to reveal. Another form of this communication comes through dreams. Dreams are gateways to our subconscious, but they can also be windows into other realities. Particularly vivid dreams, those that feel real and leave a lasting impression, may be manifestations of experiences lived by parallel versions of you. When you dream of a life that seems different but strangely familiar, or encounter people you don't know in your waking life, you might be accessing memories or experiences from another version of yourself. Lucid dreaming, in which you realize you're dreaming and may even control the dream, is another powerful sign. During these lucid dreams, you can consciously connect with other realities and explore these alternative versions of yourself. The key here is to pay attention to the details of these dreams. The places, people, and emotions may carry important messages, guiding your choices or alerting you to aspects of your life that need attention. For example, if you repeatedly dream of a situation where you're living the life you desire but haven't yet achieved, this could indicate that reality already exists in another dimension and is within your reach. Interpreting these dreams requires introspection and often meditation upon waking to capture the essence of what was experienced. Another sign that you might be experiencing a connection with a parallel version of yourself is when you feel out of place, as if the reality around you doesn't quite fit. This sensation can arise at any moment when you're in a familiar environment or doing something routine, but suddenly everything feels slightly strange. You might look around and feel a sense of disorientation, as if the surroundings or the people around you don't belong, or perhaps you feel that you don't belong. These moments are often fleeting, but they can leave a lasting impression, awakening a sense of curiosity or unease. It's as if, for a brief instant, you become aware that you're not fully grounded in your current reality, and a part of you is elsewhere. This phenomenon is often described as feeling out of time or place, as if the present moment doesn't align with where or when you think you should be. It's more than simply feeling uncomfortable or out of sync. It's a deep, almost otherworldly sense of disconnection. Sometimes people describe it as if they were in a dream or a movie, where everything around them is familiar, but also strangely alien. These feelings can occur in everyday situations, such as entering a room, driving down a familiar route, or having a conversation with a friend, but something about the moment feels fundamentally wrong or different. It's as if, for a brief moment, You are slipping between different versions of reality, or more precisely, tuning into a vibrational frequency that belongs to another version of yourself. While these experiences can be disorienting, they can also be meaningful. The feeling of being out of place could be a subtle indication that realities are overlapping, and your consciousness is adjusting to different frequencies. You could be momentarily experiencing a crossover from another reality, where your life has taken a different path. In these moments, you might feel a sense of nostalgia or longing for something you can't quite identify, or a feeling that you should be elsewhere, doing something else. This sensation could be a gentle nudge from a parallel version of yourself, suggesting that there is an alternative path you could explore, or a reminder that you are not confined to your current reality. These moments of disconnection can serve as invitations to reflect on your current life choices and consider where you might be if you had taken a different path or made different decisions. Intuition is also a powerful sign of communication from parallel versions of yourself. We've all had those moments when we just know something, without being able to explain how or why. That inner voice, that quiet yet firm guidance, often comes out of nowhere, leading us toward a decision or action. But what if this inner voice is more than just instinct or subconscious processing? What if it is actually a form of communication from a parallel version of yourself, one that has already lived through the scenario you're facing and is trying to help you navigate? Consider those moments when an idea pops into your mind, seemingly out of nowhere, urging you to act, but something within you tells you that it's the right choice. It feels like knowledge beyond reason, as if a part of you has already experienced the outcome and is guiding you accordingly. This could be a message from a version of yourself that exists in a reality where that choice has already been made, and it's pointing you toward that path. These intuitive bursts can feel like urgent calls to action, even if they aren't clear at first. It's as if a part of you in another reality is pushing you forward, since that version of you has already lived through a similar experience and knows what the right move is. This guidance can manifest in many forms, from a hunch to a sudden shift in perspective, or even a persistent thought you can't shake. In these moments, it's important to trust your intuition, as it might be drawing from the accumulated wisdom of a parallel version of yourself, helping you make decisions that align with your highest potential. Even though it may not always make sense at first, these intuitions often lead you to the right path when you learn to follow them. In addition to this feeling, sudden changes in behavior, when you start acting differently without a clear explanation, can be signs that a parallel version of you has influenced your present self. You might start adopting new habits, interests, or even change your daily routine without fully understanding where these changes are coming from. This could reflect a deeper connection with a version of you that has already incorporated these behaviors and is now projecting this energy into your current life. When you notice signs of communication between your parallel versions, the next natural step is to learn how to align your energy so that this connection becomes clearer and more powerful. Vibrational tuning is a practice that can be cultivated daily, allowing us to draw closer to these alternative versions and integrate their lessons into our present life. Everything in the universe is energy, and this energy vibrates at different frequencies. Every thought, emotion, and action you take emits a specific vibration that resonates with certain realities. When we talk about parallel realities, we are referring to distinct vibrational states that coexist simultaneously. The version of you that lives a life of abundance and inner peace, for example, vibrates at a higher frequency, attracting those experiences. To align with that version, it's essential to understand that vibrational frequency is not fixed. It can rise or fall depending on the quality of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Basic techniques to raise your frequency include practices such as gratitude, forgiveness, and compassion. When you cultivate these feelings, you raise your frequency, drawing closer to versions of yourself that already live in more harmonious states. For example, by practicing gratitude daily, you adjust your energy to a reality where abundance is already a natural part of your life. This simple yet powerful practice can transform the way you experience your current reality, bringing you closer to the version of you that already lives in a state of fullness. However, raising your vibration is a continuous process, and consistency is key to maintaining this tuning with your parallel versions. Incorporating daily routines that keep your frequency high is essential. These practices can include meditation, physical exercise, mindful eating, and even consciously choosing words and thoughts throughout the day. Meditation, for example, not only calms the mind, but also clears negative frequencies that may be blocking the connection with your higher versions. Similarly, maintaining a diet rich in natural, nutritious foods contributes to physical and mental well-being, creating a cleaner, more receptive energy field. Creating a cleaner energy field requires conscious intention. It's not enough to just go through the motions. You need to make a deliberate intention to align your energy with the version of yourself you wish to manifest. Every habit you adopt should be seen as a step toward that desired reality, like a bridge connecting your present to your highest potential. In this process, meditation becomes a powerful tool because it allows you to enter altered states of consciousness where the barriers between different realities become thinner. If you wish to manifest more peace and harmony in your life, during meditation, you can visualize yourself in a serene environment, feeling calm and at peace. Allow yourself to fully absorb this sensation as if you are already living this reality. Over time, this practice will align your vibration with that version of yourself, making this experience more present in your daily life. However, none of these practices will be completely effective without a deep level of perception and awareness. It is essential to consciously observe your behaviors to ensure they are in harmony with the frequency you wish to emit. Self-awareness is a crucial tool for identifying patterns of behavior, thought, and emotion that may keep you stuck in an undesirable reality. Often, we move through life unconsciously, allowing negative habits or limiting beliefs to guide our decisions without realizing their impact. These patterns may be deeply rooted, stemming from past experiences or social conditioning, and may perpetuate a reality that feels stagnant or unsatisfying. By cultivating self-awareness, you can bring these patterns to light and begin the process of transforming them. This is why self-observation is so important. It allows you to step out of the automatic responses that govern your daily life and take a more active role in shaping your reality. Practicing self-observation doesn't have to be a complicated or time-consuming process. Even just dedicating a few minutes each day to reflect on your current mental and emotional state can have a profound impact. During this time, ask yourself, what thoughts occupy my mind right now? How do these thoughts make me feel? Are my emotions aligned with the version of myself I wish to manifest? If the answer is no, it's an opportunity to make a conscious adjustment. Instead of focusing on negative or limiting thoughts, replace them with affirmations, gratitude, or visualizations of the reality you wish to create. This practice helps break the cycle of negative energy and opens the door to a more positive and abundant reality. As you become more aware of your inner world, you'll notice that self-awareness is not only about identifying negative patterns, but also about nurturing the positive ones. It's about consciously choosing thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that are aligned with your highest potential. Over time, this practice will create a shift in your vibrational frequency, bringing you closer to the reality you desire. With this elevated level of self-awareness, you'll more easily recognize when you're acting out of alignment with your true self, which will allow you to correct your course and keep moving toward the version of yourself you want to be. It is from this state of tuning, this alignment of energy and consciousness, that you begin to perceive signs and messages that seem to come from a deeper, more familiar place. While still mysterious, these signs may feel both personal and universal, as if they are speaking directly to your soul, while at the same time connecting with a greater cosmic intelligence. These messages often arrive in moments of stillness, when you are centered and open to receiving them. However, interpreting these signs is not always simple, as they can be subtle and easily overlooked if you're not tuned into the right frequency. They may come in ways that challenge your logical mind, requiring a combination of intuition and self-awareness to decipher their meaning. Recognizing and interpreting these signs requires practice. It's easy to dismiss them as coincidences or random thoughts, but the more you tune into your energy field and inner world, the more sense these signs will make. For example, recurring dreams that seem to have meaning, the persistent feeling of déjà vu or surprising synchronicities may be hints of guidance from your higher self or parallel versions of yourself. At first, encountering these signs might cause doubt as they challenge logical explanations. You might wonder if you're reading too much into them, but with practice, you'll learn to trust your intuition and understand that these signs are significant. It's important to understand that signs from parallel versions of yourself don't always manifest in obvious or grandiose ways. Sometimes they appear in the form of a fleeting intuition, a sudden thought that arises in your mind, or a subtle shift in your perspective. These moments may seem mysterious because they appear to come from outside your usual thought process. But with self-awareness and trust in your intuition, you'll begin to recognize their importance over time. The more you practice tuning into these signs and messages, the clearer and more frequent they will become. Learning to trust your internal guidance system is key to interpreting these signs correctly and integrating them meaningfully into your life. The key to interpreting these signs lies in the practice of conscious observation and trust in your intuition. Interpreting these perceived messages and signs begins with recognizing and validating these experiences. Don't ignore or quickly dismiss what might seem like a mere coincidence or strange dream. Instead, write down these experiences, reflect on them, and observe any patterns that might emerge over time. For instance, if you keep dreaming about a particular place or person, it could be an indication that a version of you in another reality is trying to guide you toward a similar experience in your current life. You can also use meditation as a tool to explore these signs in a deeper state of consciousness. For example, during meditation, focus on the sign or message you received and allow your intuition to guide you toward its meaning. Intuition plays a crucial role in interpreting these signs. Often the message may not make sense immediately, but your intuition can offer valuable insights about what it really means. Trust your inner voice and the feeling that accompanies these experiences. If something feels right or resonates deeply with you, you're likely on the right path to interpreting that message properly. After interpreting the signs received, the next step is to integrate the lessons learned into your daily life. This integration doesn't have to be immediate. It can happen gradually as you become more aware of the changes you need to make. Applying these messages received from your parallel version means being open to new ways of acting, thinking, and feeling. If a parallel version of you is guiding you to take a specific path, consider how you can adapt that advice to your current reality. For example, if you feel a strong intuition to change careers, although it may seem daunting, it could be the push you need to align your life with your higher purpose. Another practical example might be the persistent feeling that you should explore a new hobby or skill. This feeling could be a message from a version of you that has already mastered that skill and is experiencing great joy and fulfillment through it. When you embrace this guidance, you not only enhance your abilities, but also deepen your connection with that parallel version of yourself. The power of integrating these messages lies in their ability to lead you toward a life that feels more authentic and aligned with your true essence. Every small shift you make, every decision inspired by these insights, draws you closer to the ideal version of yourself that already exists in another reality. Aligning with your parallel versions and integrating their wisdom into your daily life becomes a profound journey of personal and spiritual growth. Each new realization, behavioral change, and choice made in alignment with these messages propels you toward a higher version of yourself. This process not only accelerates your ability to manifest your desires, but also expands your awareness beyond the limitations you once accepted. You begin to see your current reality as just one of many possibilities, and you hold the power to choose the one you wish to experience by aligning your energy and making conscious decisions. With every step forward, new opportunities unfold, revealing deeper layers of your true self. Aligning with your parallel selves doesn't just lead to a more fulfilling life. It connects you to the universal harmony where all versions of you coexist. Through this integration, you're not only shaping your current reality, but also evolving as a being, unlocking infinite possibilities for growth and fulfillment. Each message received, each sign interpreted, and each choice made becomes a stepping stone toward a life that fully reflects your multidimensional essence. Thank you for taking this transformative journey with me. If this message resonated with you, please like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others who might benefit from its insights, and don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts, reflections, or experiences. Your participation means the world to me. Take care, and see you in the next video.